Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Uncut Africa Live. You know China has ordered officials at its central government agencies not to use Apple's iPhones and other foreign branded devices for work or bring them to the office. For over a decade, China has been seeking to reduce reliance on foreign technologies, asking state-affiliated firms such as banks to switch to local softwares and promoting domestic semiconductor chip manufacturing. China started this campaign in 2020 when its leaders proposed a dual circulation growth model to reduce reliance on overseas market and technology as its concern over data security grew. In May, China urged big state-owned enterprise to play a key role in its drive to attain self-reliance in technology, raising the stakes in the race amid the rift with United States. Apple has now lost $200 billion in valuation over the past 2 days amid the above reports. Even though China have a little technological fight or rift with United States, this policy is also going to benefit them from being self-reliant and limit the reliance on foreign technology. And that is a big steps in the right direction. And here is where I wished Africans or this continent can follow this path China is taking. Imagine Africa producing its own phones. Imagine Africa producing its own laptops. Or Africa building its own technology. Most of the materials or most of the minerals that is used to build all these phone batteries, all this technology are made in Africa or produced in Africa. Congo produce cobalt that is used for producing laptops, batteries, phone batteries, and a whole lot. So imagine Africans producing our own phones or our own laptops. Who is going to call the other continent a poor continent? If Africa should have come together and built things together, we won't have the name, or we won't have any other country calling Africans a poor or a dark continent. We have everything. We have all the raw materials that we can use to produce anything. And you know what is really driving all resources from Africa, or what is driving all our wealth from Africa, is over self-reliance of foreign materials. Even though Africa have all the resources, Africa have the landscape that can produce food, the landscape that can produce, we have the weather, we have the climate that can produce anything in Africa. We still import a lot of food from outside world, outside Africa. That is where the problem comes in. That is where the struggling of this continent come from. Our imports exceed our exports. So imagine Africans started sitting up and deciding, okay, now let's produce our own phones, let's produce our own laptops, let's produce our own TV, let's produce, and let's, even if we are not going to export it outside Africa, the demand and how we consume all this technology, let's push our own technology, or let's push our own phone for our people to buy, like what China is doing, how China is blocking its officials, its government officials for not using iPhone so that it will help build the self-reliance or over-reliance on outside technology. If we are able to implement such policies in Africa, do you know how we are going to develop? Do you know how we are going to make this continent one of the richest continents in Africa? Because we have everything. I heard China has added another tons of gold into their reserve. And where are they getting this gold from? They are getting it from Africa. Chinese are now doing illegal mining in Ghana, in Liberia, in many of the African countries, and they are getting huge amount of tons of gold reserve. But ask ourselves, ask Ghana if we even have a gold reserve. So if we were able to set up and build our own technology and build our own data and build all this technology, build ourselves and push it on our people to use it and limit the self-reliance on foreign technology, do you know how this continent is going to succeed? And few years to come, they are no longer going to call Africa as a poor continent. If we were going to have leaders, bold leaders, to implement all these policies to help us be self-reliant, do you know how Africa is going to progress? And these Western countries are going to need us more than we need them. Because we have everything here. We have everything here. So this China move is really letting me think deep. Letting me realizing that in this world politics, it's not about pleasing the other. It's about having the self-interest of your country. Thinking of your people first before anyone else. But African leaders think of what Europeans will say when they take this policy. African leaders think of the implications that will bring to them if they implement correct policies. African leaders are scared to even implement policies that will benefit their own continent because they think they can be eliminated. And that is where the problems comes in. I wish we can follow the footsteps of China. And if we were going to follow that footsteps, few years to come, this African continent will be one of the best continents in the world. Please, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification button so that anytime I upload any great content, you will be notified. Thanks for watching.